to be a female comic, you have to wear glasses. So, teaching you guys something new today. Man, it's like hot in here, right? Is it just me? It's fucking hot. I'm in therapy right now. Anybody else go to therapy?
Yeah.
All right. Therapy is like finding a partner. You got to test out a few people to find one that really sticks. The first one I had, I would tell her, I was like, man, I feel depressed, I feel anxious, and her response was always, oh, that's tough. And I was like, okay. Like, it gave off condescending, you know, a little bit concerned, but most definitely condescending. It's like, oh, that's tough. I'm like, yeah, dude, help me here. The next one I had, she was cool, but I was going through a really bad breakup, and I told her, I was like, I think I'm gonna be single forever. Like, I'm never gonna meet anybody. And she was like, well, so is Tracy Ellis Ross, and she has a great life. She loves her life. I'm like, babe, she's Tracy Ellis Ross, dude. Like, her mom's Diana Ross. You weren't dealt the same cards. What are you talking about? Like, I get what you're trying to say, but the only thing I'm taking away from that is that money does in fact buy you happiness, you know? The one I have now is cool. She's about my age, so I really feel like I can open up to her. I think she forgets she's being paid to do a job when we talk. Like, she'll come into the session and she's like, Jessica, I am so annoyed today. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you first. Please, I went first last week, so you go ahead. I'll wait. Like, I don't know the rules per se. I just don't think it should be two girlfriends gossiping for an hour, you know? But I was in a sorority in college, so I'm used to paying for my friends, so it honestly feels natural. It feels right. It feels good to me. Yeah, I like my therapist. I am single. Anybody else single in here?
Yeah.
Thank you, one man. I'm glad you and I are in the same boat here. If I could see you, maybe we can hang out? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I am single. And when you're 30 and dating, people treat it like a disease. They're just like praying that, oh, our Father who art in LA, please help our girl out. Like, they really want you to find somebody, because I think they're honestly just tired of trying to remember all the guys you date's names. So that's, you know, I get it. But it's not that bad. And they always say things. They say the same thing. They'll say, when you least expect it, it'll happen. Babe, I'm ready for everything to happen. I'm ready for everything to happen all the time, all at once. Like, I've thought of every scenario and how it can play out, and if it doesn't go that way, I've thought about how else it can play out. I've got this going like 18 rounds down that rabbit hole, you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready for it all to happen. The last time I wasn't expecting something to happen was March 2020, and even then, I had a fucking feeling. I'm on Hinge. I don't know if you all coupled up don't know it, but Hinge is a dating app, and it wouldn't be that bad if people weren't idiots on it. So I matched with one guy. His name was Shmoo, like Shamu, and I was like, maybe I'm, thinking it wrong. Maybe I don't know how to say it. So I asked him. I was like, hey, how do you pronounce your name? And he was like, well, my name's Steve, but you can call me Esteban, but my friends call me Shmoo because it's short for Shmuel. Your guess is as good as mine. I didn't realize, getting to know him, the hardest part would be his name, you know? I matched with another guy, and his name was G, like the letter. And I thought, well, maybe his name's Garfield, and he just doesn't like it. So I asked him, I said, hey, what's the G short for? He was like, what are you talking about? That's my lucky letter. I was like, okay. My bad. I didn't know when it said, what's your name, that people took it as a suggestion. My mistake. It doesn't have to be that hard, but people put their fucking lucky letter on it and make it difficult for everybody. It's not the best. I have realized, though, I have a bias when I date against my own kind of people, which are short people. Because I do, if you're not 5'11", you're not in my eyesight, you know what I mean? I'm a 4'11" woman, and sue me for wanting my kids to be tall, you know? You all are average height. You don't know what it's like to sit on a bench, any chair, and your fucking feet just dangle. I've never known what it's like to touch the floor. I have no idea. Or to go to a concert and just, deal with the fact that it's basically a podcast because you can't see anything. You guys don't get it, but I want my kids to have a life I didn't have. A life of reaching the top shelf in their apartment. So, I think I'm not ready to be in a relationship because I'm not ready to admit that I wear a mouth guard at night because I grind my teeth so hard it wakes up my dog. So I think once I can do that, then I'll maybe decide to date seriously. Dating is fun. The fun part is getting advice from people like my mom. Because her advice is like, Jessica, you're 33, just settle. She's like, well, you should lower your expectations at this point. I'm like, okay. Like most parents are like, shoot for the stars, you deserve nothing but the best. And my mom is like, shoot for mediocrity and just hold your breath. She's cool. The older I've gotten, the more you're like, man, my parents are cool. Like, they become your friend, like your best friend you want to hang out with. Well, my mom is more like that friend you don't see often, so you call and you're like, hey, we should hang out. And then 10 minutes in, you're like, ooh, fuck, I remember when we don't hang out. She's like that friend. I do have a lot of respect for her because she raised me and my 3 older siblings by herself. She got us through high school, through college. Between the 4 of us, there's 6 master's degrees, which is really impressive, right? Well, for my siblings, who each have 2 master's degrees, really impressive for those 3. I do like having older siblings. It's nice because I'm the youngest, right? Which means I'm the favorite, which is always good for me. But my siblings will describe me to people as someone who charts her own path. Which you're like, yeah, okay. Until you think about it, and I'm like, oh, you guys are just like, she's a lost cause. And we're all just kind of tuning in to see what happens next. Like, I feel like every day I call them and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I got an audition, I'm doing a show. And they're like, literally, we couldn't have even guessed that was gonna happen today. Couldn't even taken a wild guess at that one. They're cool. I've recently started to play a game. It's called What Was My Mom Doing When She Was My Age? It's fun. At the end, the prize is like a cute little depression. Like when she was 33, she had 2 kids, a husband, a house, and a career. She's really impressive, right? Me, no husband, no house, I'm unemployed, and I gave myself a black eye the other day by dropping my phone on my face. Someone was like, how did you do that? And I was like, because I was watching TikTok in the morning, laying down. Like, not even anything impressive. Like, she was managing humans and a house. And I managed to set my jacket on fire at a bar the other day. Yeah. It wasn't even a cool bar either. It was like, whatever, it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It was not great. But that's my life right now, just charting my own path, you know? It's cool. Let's see, what else do I have about my siblings? Oh, I forgot to put my phone on that. I am unemployed right now. Anybody else unemployed?
Wow.
Yes. My people. Let's go to the dollar store after this. I am unemployed, and it's fun. People are like, well, what are you going to do for money? That's a fair question. I've thought about it. And I'm going to start getting money like actors do. I'm going to start getting residuals from all the guys I've dated. Like, if you've seen me naked and we've had sex, and you've texted me, hey, just thinking about you, I'm going to send you an invoice. I deserve to get paid. Like, if you're like, hey, stranger, or you heart my Instagram story, dude, I'm going to send you a Venmo request. That's it. I need that $2 check. Are you kidding me? Like, imagine the nudes I sent people who didn't delete it out of their phone. That would be like a monthly residual coming into my bank account. I could shop at Dollar Tree. It would be amazing. I think sending nudes is fun. I think it's a fun pastime. And I know when I say that, people are like, oh, I would never. And I'm like, oh, you're a liar. Because people are like, well, Jessica, what if, it ends up online? And then you can never do things like run for political office. Like, babe. I've gotten an arrest record and like a punch card to Planned Parenthood, dude. That's not going to be the thing that takes me down, I promise. Or they're like, well, what if they pass it around to their friends and everybody sees it? I'm like, I'm single and I'm unemployed, okay? Consider it a business card at this point. Like, I'm ready to work and I need a dinner plan, all right? Y'all have been great. I'm Jessica Lenny. Thanks, everybody.